In a world that glorified winners, no one remembered the ones who finished last. But in a small town, there was a boy named Rohan who was about to prove that true victory isn't about being the fastest, it's about never stopping. Rohan was not the strongest. He was not the fastest. But he had something no one else did: relentless determination. His father, a former runner, had once dreamed of making it big. But an injury crushed that dream. Now, he worked as a groundskeeper at a local stadium. Rohan wanted to fulfill his father's unfinished dream. But there was a problem: he was terrible at running. His legs gave up too soon, his breath ran out too fast. And when he competed in his first school race, he came last. His classmates mocked him. "Give up, Rohan. Running isn't for you." That night, he sat next to his father and asked, "Papa, am I not meant to be a runner?" His father smiled and said, "Son, a true runner isn't the one who wins, it's the one who refuses to stop running." Rohan made a decision. If his body was weak, he would train it. If his stamina was low, he would build it. He started waking up before sunrise, running on empty roads. His legs ached, his lungs burned, but he didn't stop. People laughed when they saw him struggle. They said, "You'll always be the last runner, Rohan." But Rohan smiled because he knew, "They only see my present, not my future." Then came the biggest race of the year, the state championship. The winner would get a scholarship to a top sports academy. Rohan signed up. His name on the list shocked everyone. His coach shook his head. "Rohan, you can't outrun them." Rohan simply said, "But I can outlast them." The race began. The best runners sprinted ahead, their speed unmatched. Rohan, as expected, was at the back. People whispered, "Why does he even try?" But Rohan wasn't running to win. He was running to finish. One by one, runners began slowing down. Some pushed too hard too soon. Others collapsed with cramps. Rohan kept going. His feet bled, his vision blurred, but he remembered his father's words, "A true runner never stops." As the final stretch approached, only 3 runners remained. And Rohan was one of them. The first runner crossed the finish line, a champion. The second followed closely. And then, there was Rohan, the last runner. His legs gave up just meters before the line. The crowd held its breath. Would he give up? No. Rohan crawled forward. Inch by inch, breath by breath. And then, he touched the finish line. The entire stadium erupted in cheers. Rohan came last. But the world remembered only him. A sports official walked up to him and said, "Rohan, we don't want the fastest. We want the strongest. You've earned your place in the academy." Years later, Rohan became a national athlete. He never won gold, but he became an icon, the man who never stopped running. One day, a young boy asked him, "Sir, will I ever be a great runner?" Rohan smiled and said, "Being great doesn't mean winning. It means never stopping." Rohan proved one simple truth: success is not about winning the race. It's about finishing it. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how slow you go, just keep moving. Your victory is waiting. If this story inspired you, comment below. I will never stop.